First of all, let me wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is my another tutorial where I'm going to show how to enable physics to an object and how we can interact with this object. This is a very nice and small video and it's continuation of our previous tutorial from motion matching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and really would appreciate the like and share. And I'm really thankful that for the previous videos you have been provided a lot of likes and comments. And yes, the video the project is going to be available under the link below. Don't forget to download it and have a full round. Thank you very much.
So let's get started. So before we get started, let me just walk you through what we are going to do. So the first thing which we'll be doing is we'll have a montage, a weapon, a mesh, an axe, and we're going to create a base blueprint item. Then after that, we're going to create a child actor, and we're going to create an information structure. So I'm going to show you two ways. First is through using data table, another one by using enumeration. Then we are going to create an interactable blueprint, and we're going to set a physics collision, and we're just going to create a simple script which is going to be with the help of interface. We are going to make sure that we're able to interact with it, and we're going to implement this interface to the blueprint and gonna at the end check whether it's working or not. So yeah, this is the entire idea. I will put this link to this tree in the description. Have a look at it. So let me just first show you the axe which I have. I just got it from Fab, which is literally for free. And yeah, so this is the axe we are going to use, and yeah, this is it. So yeah, so the first thing what we can do is we're going to go to our third person blueprint, and let's just create a new folder. Let's name this item as we just store our items. So we're just going to first create a new blueprint. We will go to blueprint, and we'll go to blueprint class, and we are going to get an actor, and so this is going to be our item underscore BP. Now if we open this, so now we're going to go put it here, and we're just going to add a static mesh, and yeah, that will name this axe, or we can just name this as item mesh because this is going to be the child, right? Parent. And we are gonna, so let's compile and save. Now we're gonna close this. We are not gonna deal with this anymore, and we are gonna create a child blueprint class. This one is gonna be our iron axe BP. So again, we go to our iron axe BP to our item mesh, and the best way to know whether this project is parent or not, by here, see parent class it mentions. We won't see this happening for your the item BP. So I'm gonna name it axe, which is this one. Good enough. Now we compile and save. Now we need to hold this all information somewhere. So let's just go to our first things we are gonna do is we're just gonna create a struct. So we're gonna go blueprint and structure. So here it's gonna be item info underscore s. So this we are going to create three structs. So 1, 2, 3. So the first one is going to be item name, and this is going to store name, of course, and this is going to be item class. This is going to be which we create item BP. Let's see whether yes, item we're going to take this as a class reference, not object reference. And the third one we are going to use static mesh. Name this static mesh, and this is going to be like static static mesh. So this is going to be an object reference. So for now, that's all we need. So now this is going to store information, and now we need to hold this one and this one in a place. So we are going to create a data table. We will do data table and enumeration, but let me show you both actually. So let's just create a folder. We'll name this data table. We are gonna go for user interface. It's on. It's under miscellaneous and data table. And we are now going to choose the struct which we created, which is item info. and we are going to get OK. We will name this. So now if we add like a new row, now you're going to see all the information which is going to appear, which is the item name, item class, static mesh. So now if we click on this, we can change the name. We are going to get it iron axe axe, which is good. And so by the way, data tables, anything in data tables are always case sensitive. So remember the name and the spelling. Item name you can keep same actually, iron axe. And the item class we're going to be using iron axe, and the starting mesh is going to be our axe, which is this one, just to confirm. Yeah, so yeah, this is one thing we did, and we're going to save this. So now this is so far so good. We have done some good job, but now we have this item. Like the best way to make a good game is like when we have something interactable, and if we create multiple versions of it, we can change accordingly. So we're just going to create a new blueprint class, which is again an actor, and it's going to be named as interactable item underscore bp. And here we are just going to create another static mesh. We will name this as item mesh. And here, if we go, we can simulate physics, but for that, let's just create like an object so that we can simulate the physics. And if we scroll down and if we go to the physics actor, we are gonna first go custom. And if you put this arrow down, and you can find certain good options. So a few things you need to skip is the camera issue. Remember, when we are getting close to the axe, the camera kind of comes close to you. We need to avoid that, and we are gonna also ignore the font as well, so that it doesn't mess up with the character mesh. Now let's compile and save it. So let's give it a try, and it's oh, sorry, not this. Oh, now I'm just gonna go get this one, and yeah, I am gonna play the game from here now. So it is simulating physics. So yeah, which is good. The reason, yeah, that's perfect. So now we need a way to kind of change each and everything, which if we don't want it to be spear, we want it to be axe, sword, etc., etc. So for that, let's just go. We are gonna first create a variable. This one is gonna be item names. We are gonna change this to name, and we are gonna get this instant editable and expose on spawn, which is we compile and save it. So now if we go to our third person character, you can see like, yeah, this thing has appeared, item. Now if we have to type, for example, iron axe, so now this is all good. Like, yeah, iron axe, this is all good now. Now we need to kind of declare this somewhere. So we need to go to our construction script, or maybe click here. We can get the item name. We are going to drag from this data table. We are going to get a function called data table row. We bind this to this, and we are going to use the item dt. Now this is going to get all the item name from the item dt, which is our iron axe, which we have of course put it here. So now to do that, we are going to go to the outro, break info. Now we are going to go and use this for dragging item mesh. So now in this item mesh, we are going to get set static mesh, which is also a function, and the row found is going to get the item mesh, and the static mesh is going to be the new mesh, and which we are going to declare it from the item name, which is exposed in the spawn. So we're going to compile and save it, and see, now this is here. Now I'm just going to again play and just see whether it's simulating physics or not. Look, it is simulating physics, but it is not interacting because we don't want that to happen at the moment. Yeah, or maybe we can try. Let's see. No, it's here. So you're gonna go to our iron mesh, and few things what we can do is maybe let's just add this. So yeah, no. So the thing is, we need to make sure here the everything is typed accordingly, which is same as this. Now let me show you how to do it through enumeration. What we could do, another thing is like, of course, as I said, let's try through enumeration. Why enumeration? Let me show it. Most developers use this one, but however, there is no right and wrong technique. It just boils down to how you're scaling your game. So we will name this item names underscore e. So again, for now we can add this one. We can just have one. We'll just name this iron axe. We will also create another one. We will name this as none. So yeah, now let's save this, and we are now going to go to our interactables, and we are going to unplug this. Now we click on this and change this from to an enum. We will, what's the name of the enum? We'll name it. We'll find it out. Item name underscore e. Change variable. By the way, do not connect this directly. So we need to first of all get enum to string, and now this can convert this to name. So yeah, this is good. And now why did we use here enumeration? Let me show you why. So we compile and save this, which is all good. And we are using the data table to extract where this information is stored, but we're using enum to make things more easier for us. For example, now we go to our this one, and now we have this option, Anax, and we compile and save, and oh, uh, let's see, maybe Ionax. I don't name. 1 second. I think so. The name needs to be seen. Iron Axe. Yeah, that's what it is. And yes, so here. Oh, one thing what we learned here is remember the name also should be same in the enumeration. So now this can be none, which is like ball by default. But yeah, you get the point now. So now this is how you spawn an item. In my case, just an axe. Now let's try to interact with them. Let's just add some life to them. So yeah. So now, how do we make sure we communicate with those individual acts? That we do it by an interface. So let's just create a new blueprint interface. I'm just going to create a folder where I'll store all the interface. And we are going to go to the blueprint and we are going to go to the blueprint interface. So this is going to be uh, interact underscore BPI. First one is going to be in interact. So we are going to use another one called in range. Another one we are going to use out of range. Yeah, range, out of range. Yeah. So let's save this, and it's perfect. Now we need to add this interface to our player item. And where is our player item? As always, it's here. We're just going to move this towards here a bit. How do we add an interface? We want to make sure those appears here. So we go to our class setting, and we go to implement interface, and we are going to get interact underscore BPI. So now we compile and save it first, and now you see this thing has appeared here. Now the same thing, we are going to go do the same thing for our interactable items, which also is needed for an interface. Yeah, which is interact underscore BPI. Now you see we have this one even here as well. So now this is all good, and we are now going to go to our third person character, and we are just going to add a sphere collision. We will name this as interact radius. So if you go to our viewport, we can see that. And we're going to lock this up, and we are going to put maybe number 4. This is quite the good size. We like the size. And let's compile this and save first. Now, anything which is based on radius, we need to go down, and these, because we need to create certain event which is responsible when anything interact with this radius, such as like if there is an overlap. Also, we need to make sure that before I explain, we need to also get this one as well, which is like begin and end overlap radius. So let's just create some good variables for us where the name is going to be interactables, and the type is going to be an actor where it's going to be object reference, and also change this to an array. Let's compile and save this. And now for the interactable items, now we need something to recognize this as a pickup item. And to do that, we are going to go to our class default and we're going to go and add a tag. So let's just add a tag. This is going to be now interactable. Interactable. Remember the name, guys. This is also very case sensitive. We compile and save this. So now if we go back to our third person character, we are going to create a branch where we need to check this. So we need to check whether this interactable item is going to overlap with our third person character, which we are going to do by the other actor, which is of course our interactable. If the other actor has a tag, then it's going to return the value, and which is with the tag of interactable. The return value is this one. Will return to this. So now, if it's true, then it's going to be an interactable. We are going to do it by add unique, where the other actor. Oh no, not this. Sorry. Oh, there you go. Where the other actor is going to be this. So in this interactable, we are storing a lot of other, not only one variable, multiple variables, because it's an array. We can do the same thing for, come on, Control C, Control V. And by the way, the way I brought branch is by B right click here. Same thing we're going to do. So here the other actor is going to be this. And once we are not overlapping, so we need to then move it out from the interactables array, where we are going to get our emo remove item. And yeah, the other one is going to be this one as always. So now when this thing, we need a button for picking up. Let's just get keyboard. Let's just select anything and we'll just choose E. And here it is E. So generally, usually in all the new games, we choose E. So now we need to check whether there is interactable has any object inside it, which we have just one at the moment. So we are going to do this by finding the length where it's going to be greater. Yep, anything which is greater than 0. And let's by a branch where we're going to put like a condition. So if it is greater than 0, which we are great because we have one item, then it's going to work on press. So now, which we are going to get from our interact, and we're going to do this by, we're going to get a copy, and we are going to get interact, which is in the act, which is a message, which is this one. So now if we go to our BP interface, if we go to our interact, it's going to create an event. So now what we're going to do is like once we click E, it's going to send a message to our interact, which is in our interact BP. And here is where we're going to control what's going to happen. For now, let's just print string. For now, we will just put like a text called DESTROY destroyed. And we're just going to put DESTROY destroy actor. Now let's compile and save it and let's see. So I'm going and I'm here and I'm gonna E destroyed and E destroyed. So that's one good thing we have done so far. So yeah, it is working. So this is how you simulate physics to our object, and also we create an interactable. So this is the basic of all. And so the next thing, like instead of destroying, we can probably add it to the inventory and etc. etc. That is probably in the future tutorials. Yeah. Now that's all for today. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.